Yo, what's up, Pisces? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of October 2018. Pisces, your central energy is the Knight of Cups. So that's obviously you for a lot of you. And if you're not familiar with tarot reading, then you're probably not familiar with the fact that it doesn't matter about the gender of the card. A Knight of Cups could be a man or a woman. It doesn't matter that it's a knight. It could be a man or a woman, but it's definitely someone who is a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio potentially is showing up as a central focus for you in the month of October 2018. So for some of you, that's obviously you. So you're someone who is romantic. You know, Pisces is a sign that loves to be in love. So some of you are really romantic. Some of you are charming. Some of you are imaginative. These are different characteristics that are exuded through the Knight of Cups. Now your challenge in the month of October 2018 is the Ace of Swords. And, you know, unfortunately that's showing up as your challenge card. I'd say if that card was showing up on upright on any other part of the board, that would suggest that you're on point. But, you know, with the Ace of Swords challenge is in the challenge position, it shows that, you know, some of you aren't really on point in the month of October 2018. Now I'm going to jump back to your central energy real quick. So Knight of Cups is either you or potentially maybe it's someone else who's an important water sign in your life. So if that Knight of Cups is not you, then potentially maybe there is some other important water sign in your life, some other important Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, potentially for some of you. Now, if you're single, I'm seeing multiple options here. I'm seeing, you know, someone who's a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio as represented by the Knight of Cups, or I'm seeing there's also a King of Pentacles here. So that's, once again, it's not about the gender, it's about the suit. But the King of Pentacles could be a man or a woman, but it's definitely a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. So if you're single, you know, you might be trying to decide between two different options here. You have the two of Pentacles, trying to figure out, you know, which option to go with. Should I go with the earth sign? Should I go with a water sign? Should I go with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio? Should I go with the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? Some of you might be weighing that up, going back and forth a little bit, trying to figure out, you know, who's best for you. And if it's neither of the aforementioned, it could be any other sign. But, you know, some of you are dealing with three-way love situations. You have the Three of Swords right here. So you have a couple of cards that would suggest betrayal. I'm not saying that all Pisces are going to go betraying somebody in the month of October 2018, but some of you might, because you have the Five of Swords, which is a card that's very much about betrayal. And it's interesting because the Ten of Swords is a backstab, which is right there, and that when I was shuffling the cards, the Ten of Swords and the Four of Wands jumped out of the deck right at the same time together. So that would suggest that, you know, some of you, the Four of Wands has to do with like your marriage or your home life, or, you know, if you're not married to the person yet, or, you know, they're a marriage prospect even. You know, the fact that the Ten of Swords and the Four of Wands jumped out of the deck together, you know, that means some of you might be, I'm not saying that all of you are going to betray somebody you're married to or someone who's a marriage prospect. Some of you might do a backstab. It's not definite, but, you know, for some of you, you really do have, not all of you do, but some of you do have some issues that are happening in your love life, because you have the Ace of Cups in the reverse, which is unreciprocated love, and you have the Lovers card, which is in the reverse. I mean, if these cards were showing up in the upright position, yeah, I would say everything's fine in your love life. And yeah, maybe that's the case. Maybe some of you do have a love life that's perfectly fine. But for those of you who don't, this reading is resonating with you. For those of you Pisces who really are, you are having some challenges in your love life. Now, very specifically, I made a discovery within the tarot that has to do with life path numbers. No other tarot readers have ever done this before. I've watched countless tarot readers. I've watched countless tarot reading videos, and no one uses life path numbers in their tarot readings except for me, because I made this discovery. So I made the discovery that tarot cards 1 through 9, 11, and 22 are all resonating as people's life path numbers. So I'm seeing several life path numbers here. Some of you might have somebody in your life who's an important life path number 6, as indicated by the Lover's card. Others of you have an important life path number 8, as by the Strength card. So the way you get someone's life path number is just go to the tutorial video that I recorded. It's above the comments section in this video. Click on the link, watch the tutorial video I recorded. I show you how to use someone's date of birth to get their life path number, and then you can find out if there's somebody important in your life by taking their date of birth and using the numerological sequence I provide in that video. You know, you can determine whether or not there's somebody important in your life who is the life path number 6 potentially for some of you, or for others of you, maybe this is somebody who's the life path number 8, or, you know, very specifically, maybe a few of you are the life path number 6, or maybe a few of you are the life path number 8. And obviously it's very specific because not all Pisces are going to be those life path numbers. All Pisces are all different life path numbers. But, you know, if you're single, I'm saying that you can enter into a romantic relationship, but the fact that these cards are in the reverse says, you know, you're going to kind of have to work your way through it. You're going to have to maybe try a few times, or maybe try a little bit harder, you know, put a little bit more effort into it if you're trying to manifest a love relationship in your life. And these cards in the reverse are, you know, perfectly consistent with the fact that Venus is going retrograde on October 5th, and Venus is the planet of love, Pisces. So, you know, Venus retrograde suggests that, you know, you might have to try a few times, especially if you're single and you're trying to get something off the ground. It's not that you can't enter into a romantic relationship with somebody while Venus is retrograding, but you just might have to put in some more effort. So Venus is going to start to retrograde on October 5th. It's going to continue to retrograde. It's so much that on October 31st, it's going to shift backwards into an area that has to do with, you know, especially if those of you who already share your life with somebody, or, you know, anything that you share with another, Venus is shifting backwards into that area on October 31st, and then it won't move forward again until November 16th. So, you know, Venus doesn't, when planets go retrograde, they don't actually go backwards. They just look like they're going backwards, because when a retrograde happens, the Earth is actually passing the retrograding planet. So just if we look at the planet while the Earth is passing it, it looks like it's going backwards. It's not really going backwards, but it looks like it is. But, you know, this resonates in your life. When these retrogrades happen, they bring delays. Or, you know, you just have to redo, R for retrograde, R for redo things a couple times. You know, so you might have to try more than once if you're trying to work something out in your love life, potentially, for some of you Pisces. And, you know, you do have some good cards here. You have the 7 of Pentacles in the upright position, which is a great card, Pisces. That's an awesome card for you to have. And, you know, it's interesting because this 7 of Pentacles is perfectly consistent with the new moon that's going to happen on October 8th. And the new moon on October 8th would suggest that some of you have the opportunity for a new investment. So you can plant the seed, investing in something or someone or some kind of shared union for some of you guys. You know, you can, the seed is being planted on October 8th, and the way a new moon works is the 6 months that follow the new moon, you know, now all of a sudden the developments are happening. You know, this is starting to build whatever you're investing in. But this suggests that the 7 of Pentacles in the upright position is a great card, because it suggests that, you know, if you do decide to invest in something or someone, you know, it could be very profitable. So, you know, try to figure out in your life what that is, Pisces. Now, you do have the Strength card in the reverse. So some of you are You know, the Strength card in the reverse is exactly what you're feeling. You know, some of you, Strength card in the upright, yeah, some of you would be feeling pretty strong in October 2018. Strength card in the reverse, it's obviously the adverse. You know, so some of you aren't feeling so strong throughout the month of October 2018. You know, some of you with the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, you're having trouble with time management. Some of you are a little bit disorganized. Some of you are having difficulty balancing different areas of your life. It's like, you know, for some of you, do you put too much focus and emphasis on the person that you're with and not enough focus or emphasis on your family potentially? Or, you know, for others of you, do you put too much focus on and emphasis on your work life, but you don't put enough focus or emphasis on, you know, whoever you're with? I mean, you know, you got to figure out, you got to get the balance right. You can't focus too much on one area of your life. Now, you do have the Sun card in the reverse, and, you know, some of you have a fear of a lack of success. And, you know, fear is just fear, Pisces. You have the potential to be someone who is very successful. And I'm really liking the Seven of Pentacles energy for you. Because, you know, if you do decide to invest in someone or something, it could turn out to be, you know, it could turn out to be profitable for you. But, you know, where these cards are is the part of the board that suggests your hope and your fears. And, you know, with the Five of Swords, some of you have a fear of, like, you don't want to have conflict in your life, but you fear that you will. Some of you, it's more about betrayal. The Five of Swords is a card that's about betrayal. It's like you have some fear. It's like, you know, if I betray someone and go with somebody else, you know, is it going to work out? I don't think that you need to be that concerned about it, Pisces. I think that you should have more trust in your life path, because everything is meant to be, Pisces. If you backstab somebody and go with somebody else, then however that situation turns out is already written in the stars. And some of you really do have three-way love situations. I'm not saying that's going to be the case for all of you. You know, maybe for others of you, somebody you're with is checking out somebody else. But you do have the Three of Swords in the reverse as your outcome. So, yeah, some of you really do have these, you know, three-way love life situations going on. It's like if you're single, you know, maybe you're trying to figure out which of the options you want to be with. Maybe you have more than one option. If you're coupled up, I'm not saying all of you are thinking about somebody else, but if you are, then use the Venus retrograde cycle to figure out, you know, who you want to be with, Pisces. But, you know, some of you really do have, I'm not saying all of you do, some of you really do have these three-way love situations going on. You're just going to have to try to figure out which one is the best for you. Now, to jump back to the Sun card real quick, it's like, yeah, I mean, some of you have a fear of a lack of success, but remember, you do have the King of Pentacles at the top of your reading. And that's a great card to have because, you know, with the King of Pentacles, that would be indicative of, you know, the crowning of your reading, the top of your reading suggests your destiny. And some of you do have the destiny of, you know, you do have abundance in your future. So the King of Pentacles is a card that's it's indicative of abundance. So some of you do have abundance in your future. So I don't think you should be so fearful about a lack of success. If that's, you know, not resonating as a lack of success for you, you know, then for others of you, it's like, well, you know, it is October in the Northern Hemisphere. So the Sun card in the reverse could suggest, you know, the sun isn't as powerful as it was recently. So now it's, you know, starting to get a little bit cooler. So now the Sun card's showing up in the reverse. Some of you do have, with the King of Pentacles at the top of your reading, some of you do have power in a certain situation. So make sure you're exercising that power in the right way. You know, others of you really are dealing with three-way love situations, and, you know, you want to utilize what's positive about this reading, Pisces. And like I said, I'm just going to keep going back to this Seven of Pentacles because that's, there's some kind of opportunity that you have potentially to either, especially like if you're single, that new moon is consistent with that Seven of Pentacles because on October 8th, the 6 months that follow October 8th, if you're single, you really do have the opportunity to form a deep union with somebody. If you're been seeing somebody for a while and you're sure they're the right one, then the 6 months that follow the new moon on October 8th, that's going to be the time for you to create that alliance. And don't lie to yourself because, if things haven't been going well in that alliance, then you should find somebody else to invest in. So think about it, like what's going on in your alliance, what are the external circumstances, and how are they affecting your alliance? If everything's good, then take the next step because that new moon on October 8th is going to be the pathway to the next steps for some of you. For some of you, that might be engagement. For others of you, that might be marriage. For others of you, that's going to be the decision to figure out whether or not the person who you're with is really right for you. Should I go with this person, continue to go with this person, or should I go with somebody else? I think that's all for this month, Pisces. Thank you very much for watching this reading. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. I'm on Instagram, Gregory Furlan Astrology. So if you like to read daily astrology, make sure to give me a follow there. Thank you for watching. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time.